There's been a lot of talk recently about the administration floating this new idea of a 50-year mortgage. So I thought I would give my opinion on the whole topic. On the face of it, it sounds like a really bad deal. I mean, you're going to have a much higher interest cost. You're going to have slower equity buildup in your home. And if interest rates go higher down the road, you could even create more limited availability for getting into a mortgage. So ideally, no. Ideally, I don't even like a 30-year mortgage. Or I think people should be doing 15 and 20-year mortgages when they buy a house, ideally. But that's not the world we live in for everybody. And this is why as a financial advisor, I get torn between the two. So the first part is, man, this is really bad. We're letting people into these products that may not be what's best for them. But the whole financial service industry is littered with things that don't work really in the best interest of the client. Annuities, whole life insurance, these are products that are sold all the time that don't necessarily have the best interest of the client. They might be suitable. You might be able to qualify for a $5 million house on a 50-year mortgage. So be it. It's your choice to do that. Just like it was your choice to buy annuity or whole life insurance. Here's what I'm concerned about, or here's where I think I think that people are missing. My concern is more not in the product itself, but what people who are saying this is a terrible idea are missing. Our headquarters is here in Marietta, Georgia, and here in Marietta, a starter home is now $500,000. The cost or the average salary graduating in the state of Georgia is around $55,000. So you have $55,000 employees who would like to own a home, who get married, who'd like to buy a $500,000 house. And it's a reach. It's a bit of a reach. It didn't used to be that way. Home prices have gone up for various reasons. And it's great for the people who already own real estate. But perhaps on a 50-year note, your income to debt ratio would be low enough that you could qualify to buy the house. So you just get in the house sooner, a few years sooner. No more $2,500, $3,500 rent payments, right? So if you can get into the house sooner, then as your income increases, you have several options. You can pay down the house faster. So you can pay it down like it's a 15-year mortgage or a 20 or even a 30. You don't, mortgage companies aren't going to prevent you from paying extra on principal. It could be that interest rates get lower and you can refi into something more traditional, such as a 30-year or a 20-year. As your income goes up, so will your options, but possibly so will the value of the home, especially if there's more buyers now because they have a path into home ownership. So as prices go up, you do have the ability to sell the home, take the equity, buy another home. You can do all the things that we do as homeowners, right? So I don't necessarily think it's a bad thing. What we don't want is a scenario where we have a deflation in home prices. That's really, really bad. And you can't force employers to pay people more money than maybe they're worth or what the market is paying for certain jobs. So I don't necessarily think this is a bad thing. However, I do think could be a bad thing if we actually pay over 50 years for a mortgage. So I think there's some education that needs to go in with in tune of this or along with this. And unfortunately, the financial service industry is not really good at that. There's the Truth in Lending Act. There's different things that we've done on credit cards, to say this is what you're paying in interest. This is what your real interest rate is on an annual basis. But I don't know that people really pay much attention to that. The same way with student loans. I think when you take a student loan out to go to university in a certain degree, that they should tell you, hey, as a history major, your average income upon graduation is $35,000 a year. You're going to have $250,000 in debt. And your minimum payment is this, basically what your income is, right? But we don't do that. That's not how we operate. There's no incentive for any or no standard in which anyone has to tell that to someone. So I think this is where financial education is really important in the high school, in our high schools, but then also in our colleges, maybe even as soon as freshman year, quite honestly, to understand, so people can understand what they're getting themselves into. So just a few minutes on my thought on a 50-year mortgage. I think it is it could be a tool to allow someone to get into a house that normally wouldn't. Once they're in the real estate, the way real estate's been moving the last decade, then I think that they'll be okay as long as their income continues to increase and they start paying down the debt faster. Thanks for watching.